question to start off with both of you. I know I've spoken to a lot of actors, and a lot of them kind of talk about how after they've been playing a role for so long, they can kind of be a bit of almost kind of like transference that like certain parts of the character will transfer over into their personal and daily lives. And obviously with Moon Knight, Stephen and Mark are two characters who one is kind of bleeding into the other. I'm just wondering for the two of you, has that actually been true? Has that happened to you where you've had sort of transference between roles?
I'll say that Layla felt more developed in an area. She had more confidence, and I feel like I had to tap into that, and then I definitely started to see that reflecting, in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like, if you're reading a book that you're really into, and when you put it down, you're still thinking about it, and you're processing the world around you with some of those ideas. I'd say it's probably something more like that. So yeah, I think there's elements of really thinking about trauma and recovery and integrating parts of yourself. Those thoughts definitely lingered.
But it wouldn't be the case of like you're not walking around with the English accent or anything like that now.
Not without knowing. I mean, I would do it and I would miss it just because I liked doing that character a lot, but it wasn't like I had no control over it. It was spontaneously coming out of me at the grocery store.
Actually, on that accent, because I have to say it was very, very good, and I know you were in a ska band at one point, and I'm just wondering, like, was like Madness,
what's the
Bad
connection
Manners?
there?
Yeah, was there a connection? Like,
ska band. Well, sorry, what's the question?
No, just was there a connection between your early ska roots and like playing this English accent? Like, because like like the Specials, like ska grew out of London. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, Madness. I mean, I listened to a lot of those bands.
Yeah.
I've actually done an English accent in quite a few movies, but I guess nobody knew who I was, so they didn't really care. Like I did, Robin Hood. I played I did Tourette.
But like King John, I remember King John was very kind of like posh. Like it was very like
this is like more like RP, traditional RP. So nobody really bats an eye when you do RP, but then when you actually do like Northeast London, everyone's like, "What the fuck?" No,
It sounded good though. Like I know people from that neck of the woods, like, and it sounded good. Like it was authentic. Like
yeah. Well, it was just it kind of developed. I don't know how, just kind of organically. This when I was thinking about the character, it wasn't written that way.
Yeah,
but I just felt like there was an opportunity to create a very unique character that you haven't seen in the MCU.
Yeah. For you, May, I'm just wondering, like you obviously, you're the daughter of a Jordanian Palestinian. To play like an Arab character on screen, and especially in the MCU, which is quite, it's in like Captain America and Iron Man and stuff like that. For you to kind of bring that kind of element to it, can you talk a little bit about that? Was there anything specific that you had in mind, or was it just what was on the script?
No, I really did. Well, so I'm half Egyptian, half Palestinian.
Yeah, sorry.
And and it was really important for me to bring the specific like conditioning of an Arab woman to this role, and not kind of just use a Western idea.
Yeah.
We're all women, but depending on where you grow, like your mannerisms are different, and where you've matured versus other areas and developed are different. And it took me, some of those came a bit more natural because I had them, and then others I had to really think about. But it's really important for me to represent. And I hope that everyone, not just women, feel that authenticity, not necessarily for my character, but just the whole show in general.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, I'm getting the wrap there. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.